Nothing better than waking up on Christmas morning, darting to the tree, and seeing a rectangular gift underneath it. Trying to wake my parents up ASAP so I can open it up and start plotting on how to sneak away and pop that copy of Super Mario Galaxy into the Wii. Or the excitement of unwrapping a game under someone else's tree and knowing you're just one car ride away from a winter break worth of content. In the backseat, just fixated on the case, memorizing the manual, envisioning the masterpiece in store. Receiving video games was one of my 4 major pillars of a joyous holiday. After all, as a child with no disposable income, it was my only way besides a good report card to add to my collection. However, receiving video games at Christmas just isn't the same anymore. In my case, mainly because I got older, but in general because of how the medium has changed in the years since my childhood. It's no surprise that we see the split of game sales shift more towards digital every year. Platform holders incentivize it with digital purchase programs and cheaper disc driveless consoles, as the mainstream community naturally leans in favor of the most convenient way to play. In turn, we see retailers slowly whittling down their video game sections, with signs pointing towards the all-digital future, seemingly reaching the end goal for developers to have higher margins and tighter control over their titles. From a publisher's perspective, discs and cartridges being a thing of the past might seem to be all sunshine and rainbows, but it's important to acknowledge how this shift may lead more people to opt out of video game gifting during the industry's most lucrative season. Now, I can't address holiday sales without first discussing Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday. For money-conscious consumers, this is the perfect time to go ahead and knock all the Christmas gifts off your list for much less than the standard retail price. There are those who handle the whole ordeal online, and since most often retailers match the deals on storefronts for video games, you can have it shipped to your door, just wrap it up, and you're good to go. But say the only option was a digital download code. Not a whole lot of ways you can wrap that up. I guess you could put it in a card, but it definitely can't be as thrilling to enter in a 16-digit code and wait hours to download the game. It needs instant gratification. That's what Christmas is all about, right? Someone gives you a card with a receipt and says you'll get a Batman bid tomorrow. I mean, I appreciate it, that's cool and all, but I'd be much more excited if I were sleeping on that tonight. I imagine gift givers will opt for something more tangible. After all, if I get them the wrong game, do they go back to the store and give them the code for a refund? I'm reaching out to my grandma trying to get the 2-factor authentication from her email so I can get a refund on my duplicate copy of Super Mario Wonder. Seems like much more potential for it to become a hassle, especially to an older crowd that may not even conceptually understand what a digital download code is. Still, it's the more traditional crowd that goes in person to buy their presents where money's being left on the table. Let's imagine your family members go shopping on Black Friday, needing a present for you, but having no set plan of action. Assuming with no physical media, the video games section likely becomes a single case in the electronics section big enough to hold a couple consoles and controllers, out of sight and out of mind. What are the odds they're walking around and think to get you a video game? Even if they do recall while shopping, yeah, Flick did say something about a Pokémon game, it's not like they'll be able to head over to GameStop and just pick it up. My box remains unchecked the remainder of the time they're shopping, leaving opportunities for other items to present themselves that they could purchase then and there. Not to mention, someone unfamiliar with video games isn't going to know whether their niece or nephew wants Pokémon Violet or Pokémon Shield. A core benefit of shopping in person is seeking the counsel of people who work there. And sometimes it's said counsel that reassures the consumer enough to make the purchase. You lose sales not only on those completely online shopping averse, but also those who value the convenience of loading down the car and calling it a day. But let's say a new console just came out and the family's doing well. Mom got that UPS bonus and she's getting her son a system. Hopefully it's a bundle, because how's she gonna get the games? Go through the setup process for him so she can download them? What if it's his first console? She gonna set his gamer tag? To an extent, I'm just being extreme. But the digital landscape is leading to scenarios like this already. Everything just left me thinking that the current environment doesn't support gifting unless they can be contained in a colorful sheet of paper. What could platform holders incorporate for video games to be more giftable again? A lot of people right now watching this calling me a goofball, thinking, Flick, you know they got these things called gift cards, right? I think we can all agree getting someone a gift card is the true admission of I know you, but I don't know what to get you. To each their own. Ain't never been upset to receive a gift card, but it does carry a sense of last-minute desperation that gift givers typically don't aim for. Even so, there's not much incentive to opt for a gift card rather than buying the game, especially when storefronts have games marked 90% off. I understand not selling discounted gift cards just for people to double dip on the savings, and many also run similar deals at the start of the new year to assist those receiving holiday funds. But to the gift giver, a $50 gift card might as well be a $50 bill that can be spent anywhere. I weighed pros and cons of a limited time discounted gift card that could only be redeemable the 2 weeks following Christmas, but it just seems like an unnecessary layer that could lead to a lot of disappointed gamers accidentally letting their funds expire. Where the main issue lies is that leading up to Christmas, there's just not a great way to take advantage of those holiday deals unless it's for your own sake. You want to be able to purchase a specific game and have it ready for the recipient to use on day one without completely ruining the surprise. I thought, what if a publisher gave the option on their storefront to purchase a game as a present? You choose the account you want to gift it to, and the recipient could then see a present icon show up on their home screen, letting them know that they have a game waiting for them on the 25th of December. Or the night before, the game could download while the system's in rest mode. Then a startup animation Christmas morning could reveal your new games, along with messages from family and friends. You wouldn't have to worry about purchasing a game they already have. The steep discounts on original prices give the perception of an amazing deal, promoting them to do the same next year. I mean, everything sounds great until you consider the number of parents not wanting to start Christmas morning telling their kids to go boot up their PlayStations, everybody gathering around the TV to see what Santa brought. As long as the majority of the presents continue to be found underneath the tree, opening them anywhere else feels out of place. I'm curious if you all have other ideas to support game gifting around the holidays. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. You just get a little Mario figure to hold the download code and remind that patience is a virtue. As the shift to digital increases, I guess more neighborhoods get that fiber optic internet, and it might as well be the same as putting a disc in the console. It's sad to know the next generation won't know the joy of riding to GameStop with a newly acquired $50 bill for a copy of SoulSilver. I just hope that the season remains a time to fuel the younger audience's excitement for video games. Obviously, hardware will remain giftable Christmas presents until Microsoft can achieve latency-free streaming on my smart microwave. In the meantime, I wouldn't be surprised to see software sales down and accessory sales up as kids continue to ask for things that they can unwrap on Christmas morning. What do I want for Christmas? I appreciate you asking. I really can't think of anything. I suppose if you really wanted to make my holidays jolly, you could check out my last video about how Nintendo should navigate GTA 6's launch next year. Or maybe just a lump of coal. Either way, happy holidays, you have a go.